Hello and welcome back to United Patients Alliance YouTube. I'm Clark French, founder of the UPA, and today we're doing one of the most requested videos, how to vaporize cannabis. What is vaporizing? If you're a new patient, vaporizing could be a little daunting. You're like, oh, I want to take this medicine, but I've got to get this vaporizer to take it. Like, what's that about? Well, it's about not smoking cannabis, because smoking cannabis, although I don't judge anyone that smokes cannabis, I used to smoke a lot of cannabis myself, and it massively helped my pain level. So absolutely, I understand it works. It's just when it comes to prescribing it, vaporizing is a safer way of ingesting it, and because it's Schedule 2 drug in the UK, it means that we can only allowed to be prescribed by specialist doctors. And the specialist doctor isn't going to go, oh yeah, you should just smoke that because they're a specialist doctor. So that means that you can only legally vaporize your medicinal cannabis prescription. Now, personally, I think that's a good thing, because vaporizing tastes nicer and it's just as effective as smoking. So the reason why we want to vaporize is because you want to ingest the cannabinoids through your lungs, and because you ingest it through your lungs, it means that it goes straight into your blood system, and it basically has an instant effect. So you're in pain, you vaporize some cannabis, then within 5 minutes it's taken effect and you're not in pain. Now there are other ways to ingest, and you can get them on the UK market, but they take longer to take effect. So when you eat it, it needs to go from your stomach to your liver to then be absorbed into your blood, and so it can take up to an hour, sometimes half an hour to an hour roughly. So personally, I don't want to have to wait half an hour to an hour to not be in pain anymore. I want to be not in pain as quickly as possible. So that's why vaporizing is, for me, my preferred method of consumption. That's why it has been prescribed in the UK to flower to be vaporized. So you're wondering what these are behind me. Personally, I love Storz Bickel vaporisers. They are the best quality on the market. They do come with a slightly higher price tag than some of the others, but they're worth it because they are just reliable devices that just work. They work the best, and that's why I support them, and that's why I put my name to their brand and say they're the ones that I think are best for patients. They do support some of my work with my films and stuff as well, so just straight up there, they are helping me, but I thought they were the best, so I went to them and said, hey, I think you guys are the best vaporizers, can you help me? And they were like, oh yeah, can you tell people you think we're the best? So here we are. Another thing about vaporizing cannabis is that different cannabinoids vaporize at different temperatures. Now, I'm not going to go into full detail here. We'll do another video about that later on, but you have different temperature settings on your vaporizer, and in general, just stick by, I tend to vaporize at 180 at first, and then I go up to 200, but I don't go over that. It kind of gets to the point where it's kind of close to combustion, and I really don't like the flavour personally, but I know other patients that they want to get everything out of their medicine, so they will up the temperatures to 210 and they'll have that as well. That is a personal choice, I guess, really. I would say if you want to get the flavour of your medicine better, keep it at a lower temperature, around 180. There you're going to get a good flavour, but you're also going to get quite a lot of vapour as it comes out. So first off, you need to decide whether you need an at-home device, a portable device, or both. Personally, I need both. I need a Volcano at home, Volcano and Volcano Medic. They're both really great devices. Personally, I'm quite happy with my classic Volcano because you just switch it on and then it kind of just stays on. So I like that. I medicate a fair amount each day. So I love the classic, but the Medic and it comes with the ability to use an app, and then you can turn it on via the app, and you can set it, and you can even turn it on your way home from work, for example. So there are really good pluses with the digital version, but just the classic works for me. So they're at home, and then when out and about they have these three, which is the Mighty Plus, the Venty and the Crafty Plus. They also have a Mighty, which we don't have present, but that's basically the Mighty Plus is like an improved version of the Mighty. So we've got the Mighty Plus Medic to show you what that is about. Just in case any of you were wondering, today I will be mostly medicating with strawberry OG. It's just okay, it's meh. It doesn't taste terrible, doesn't taste amazing, high percentage of THC, so it's definitely good for pain. Not my favourite strain, but it definitely works in terms of what it's prescribed for. So first I'm going to look at portable vaporisers. Now there's a different price range on all of them. One of the cheapest options is the Crafty Plus. So it is a nice little, quite ergonomic, fits in the hand really nicely actually. So I do like this one in terms of that. This is more suitable for people that don't need loads and loads and loads of cannabis, because the battery life can be a little bit low because it only has half of the battery of the Mighties or the Mighty Plus. You've got the little pokey down tool that comes out of it, and then your charging point behind there. So that's how you charge it. Obviously you can load it with the capsules, there's still some in there that you can load it with the capsules, but I like to just load straight into the chamber. So I'll turn it on. It does take a little bit longer to heat up than the Venty, which is the newer one, but for an entry level vaporizer, for somebody that only needs to medicate a few times a day, this is a great option. Once it's turned on and to the right temperature, you breathe in through the tube. Quite a lot of vapor off of that. It's still, yeah, you know, for an entry level device, that is brilliant. You need to use a little bit of lung capacity, lung power to breathe it in, but yeah, that's working. That's definitely reducing my pain levels, and yeah. I don't use my Crafty that much because I've got all the others, but yeah, I forget sometimes how good it really is, so that's a brilliant little device. Now I'm going to try the Mighty Plus, which is the next one up from the Crafty Plus. It's got, as you can see, it's double the size, so it has double the battery power, and it also has a digital display, so you can adjust the temperature from 1 or 2 degrees. It's quite low charge right now, should have charged that up, but yeah, I'll put it there. One of the biggest complaints with this I hear is like it doesn't stand up. Well, check this out. There's your pokey down tool. You turn it round. Now your Mighty stands up. So not a complaint. It can stand up if you know how to stand it up. Again, in the same way that you breathe in on the Crafty, you breathe in by this tube. I mean, in terms of how it feels when you breathe it in, it feels very similar to the Crafty Plus. So your main benefits from the Mighty Plus compared to the Crafty Plus is your double battery time, so more suited to people that need a little bit more cannabinoids in their life, maybe chronic pain or something like that, and you need to consume more. Your Mighty Plus is probably going to be better than your Crafty Plus, but in terms of output, both are very decent devices. If new patients want to not cough so much, lower temperatures, you can vaporize THC. I think it's 167 Celsius, so you can have a lower temperature, which will produce less cloud, less smoke, less vapor. That's the whole point, that it's not smoke, right? So yeah, it's vapor. I do really love these devices. Do make me cough a bit, but yeah, brilliant, beautiful. And our last handheld portable vaporizer is the Venty. Now, the Venty is the newest model, so it does have the highest price tag, so be aware of that. However, it is probably the best of the three. It heats up incredibly quickly, so it's called Venty because that's 20 in Italian, and it heats up in about 20 seconds. These ones, they do not take too long, but they take a minute or, and this one, 20 seconds straight into medicating, is brilliant. It also has a boost feature, which so you double tap the on and off button and it boosts it up, so you don't need to, whereas with the Mighty you'd need to manually adjust the temperature. You can boost it, so you can have it set at 180 and you can set your boost at 200, double tap, and you've heated it up further. So yeah, let's put that on. As you can see, that's already on. Now the Venty's been made because, as you can see, it has a bigger airflow, it has a bigger breathing tube, so the airflow is actually much easier, so it takes less lung power to breathe in. Less lung power, but you get the same amount of vapor. So yeah, personally I love the Venty. I think it's really put it on boost it up to 200, and you see it instantly up to 200. THC is a bronchial dilator, so that means when you inhale it, your lungs go whoa big, so it means that you try and breathe in and then you just cough loads, but that's part of the medicine, so you kind of have to get used to that. Coughing for me is really difficult because I've got MS hug, so my chest is in a lot of pain, so it does hurt to cough, so I try and minimize it where I can. But I think that's just in general one of the things that you kind of have to get used to if you're a prescribed medicinal cannabis patient. Like sometimes when you inhale your medicine via your vaporizer, it's gonna make you cough, but you kind of get used to it, and it just becomes like part of the fabric of your life. He's just getting a lot of vapor off of that at 200. You could also put all of these through a water tube and inhale it like that. That can reduce the amount of, can reduce the temperature and can reduce the coughing, and can reduce the harshness on the throat. It can be sometimes harsh on your throat. But the Venty is a brilliant device that I really like. So I used to have to take a Volcano everywhere I went until they released the Venty, and now I don't. So that's given me a lot of freedom actually. So personally I'd recommend the Venty, but as I said before, it does come with the highest price tag, so there's always that to think about. But you can use the code skunk10 on vapefiend.co.uk to get 10% off all of these. So now I'm going to look at the home vaporizers, the Volcano. So I love Volcano. So Volcano, that's how I stopped smoking cannabis. I never thought I'd ever stop smoking cannabis. There may be some people watching right now who are patients and rely on smoking cannabis, and I get you because I was you, but believe me, these are better than smoking cannabis. It tastes nicer, It's less harsh. You don't smoke out like a house or a place, like it's not as, doesn't stink as much, and yeah, it's just all round better for you and the people around you. So yeah, vaporizing is absolutely recommended, and it's the only way to legally consume medicinal cannabis in the UK. I mean, should it be illegal to smoke? No, it should not be illegal to smoke. That's a ridiculous, stupid rule. But it should be preferred to vaporize. So like I'm a vaporizer advocate. I think they're brilliant, but I absolutely would not criticize anyone that's out there that is consuming cannabis while smoking. That has medicinal benefit. Like I know it does because I felt the pain relief that it gave me. But yeah, these machines have absolutely changed that for me. Now this is the main benefit of the digital version versus the manual classic version, is that it just heats up so quick. So it, you know, you can see right now it's going to be there quite quickly. Personally, I do prefer this one because I just prefer to have it on. This has a feature where it turns itself off after a while, and when I'm at home, if I'm having a day at home all day long, I probably don't want my vaporizer to turn itself off. So actually the Volcano Classic suits me best, but these are really incredible machines. So you get your filling chamber that comes with your Volcanos. They both have slightly different ones. The Classic is a little bit smaller. Digital version has like a slightly bigger filling chamber. You fill up your chamber with your medicine, just let it be quite loose and have lots of air that can go between it. That way the heat, and you get better vaporizing clouds, and you also use less medicine. So the thing about the Volcanos is that they use bags, so they fill up bags, unlike the portables which you breathe straight in directly from. With a Volcano, both the digital and the classic version, you are filling up your bag. So you just simply take your bag out of its protective packet, you put it on top of your filling chamber, on top of your vaporizer, and you press the air button, and that fills up the bag with cannabis vapor. Now once the bag is full, you know, both devices are basically the same. You've got a full bag. You've got to decide whether how often are you going to use your device, and do you want all the additional features such as being able to use an app. Some people want that, and this is brilliant for that, and for those people that are a little bit more technology minded, but they're not, you know, people like me born in the 80s. I like the manual switch on and off one, but both pretty much do the same thing. They fill up these balloons full of your cannabis vapor, and these are really easy to breathe in from. So this is why I prefer always take off the top from, that's a bit of advice. Always take it off. If you leave it on there, it starts to degrade your medicine, and then you actually lose some just through the heat of it being on top. So always take that off. That's a tip there for Volcanos. You just breathe in. So it comes with a mouthpiece which you put into your balloon bag like that, and you simply, that creates a valve, pushes through the little valve bits there. That pushes through, means that you can breathe it in. So you simply put it to your mouth and breathe in the vapor. Now it's much easier than a lot of the handheld ones, because you don't really need any lung power to do that. It's literally just breathing in from a bag. Anyone can do that. So that's why they are preferred, but they do need to be plugged in to do that. So obviously that ties you to a power grid and ties you to a plug socket. So whereas with your portable, you can charge it and then you can go off and you can go anywhere you like and do anything. These are, you know, they keep you in a certain place, but the medicine that, you know, this is, in my opinion, this is definitely the best way to consume medicinal cannabis. I do love my portable vaporiser too, but I wouldn't want to rely on just a portable vaporiser. I find like the Volcano really, it just works better. Like you can get in more medicine into you in a quicker amount of time with less effort and energy input into that. Whereas with the handheld ones, although they're brilliant for out and about, like they do take a little bit more lung power. So on a really bad, painful day where I'm just staying in at home, like it's not really suitable to use as the bags and balloons are, because as I say, it's just like breathing in air. So yeah, I'll now try the Volcano Classic. Very similar to the digital version, where you just fill up your filling chamber, and again, don't pack it too tight because you want that airflow, you want that space between, so that the air can get through and vaporize all of the cannabinoids. If you pack it really tightly, you'll be like, whoa, why am I not getting any of it? Well, it's because it's too tight and there's no airflow. So you just simply switch the on switch after you put the bag on top. And again, it just fills it up. Fills up the bag. And yeah, another bag of cannabis vapor. Perfect for medicating and taking away some pain or some anxiety, or if you're just feeling a bit down and depressed, it can really lift your day. Yeah, so the bags are identical that you get from both of them. Yeah, really good. Perfect for medicating for my multiple sclerosis, perfect for my pain relief. Really helps me a lot to live my day-to-day life. And yeah, vaporizing, it might seem scary if you're new to cannabis, if you've never had a prescription, if you've never taken cannabis before, if you're cannabis naive, it can seem like a lot, but once you kind of break it down, you realize that it's quite a simple process that makes sense, makes it so that you can have your medicine in the way that it is instantly effective, but means that you can avoid smoking. So, you know, for me, that's perfect. I hope this video has been useful for new patients working out about vaporizing medicinal cannabis. It doesn't need to be scary. We've looked at the Storz Bickel vaporisers, both the at-home and the portable versions, and yeah, they're all brilliant devices. What one do you like best? Let me know in the comments section. Maybe you like a different brand of vaporisers. That's totally cool as well. Let us know in the comments section. These ones are the higher end of the price range, but the reason why they're the higher end of the price range is because they are some of the best, if not the best. In fact, I'm going to say it, they are the best. So that's what I would personally recommend, but lots of different people would disagree with me, and that's totally cool as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more medicinal cannabis videos, and we'll be back with you soon.